welcome back to my channel. I can't believe it's 2018 already. That is so crazy. I am so excited to see what this year has in store for me, and I hope you guys had a happy new year and happy holidays. So I did get some bangs. I wanted to start out the new year with some change, and I actually really love how these turned out. Shout out to my sister for cutting them. And anyway, so for this look, I wanted to record a peachy, smoky look with some copper eyeliner, and I actually really love how this look turned out. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching.
Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, and I'm just going to focus this on the center of my face, which is where I have the most pores. So this is really going to help smooth all of that out. I really like it. It has like a thick consistency, which really helps coat my pores, which I am all for. Okay, so after I'm done blending all of that in, I am going to be going in with another primer. I'm going to be using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This is a skin perfecting primer, and I'm going to be applying this on the rest of my face where I didn't apply the other one. And this is just going to really help give me an even application when I go in with my foundation. So I really like this primer for that. Okay, now for foundation. I am going to be going in with the new foundation. This is a recent discovery. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Foundation, and this was introduced to me by my friend, and I honestly love this foundation so much. It just applies so perfectly and so easily on the skin. It has amazing coverage, like you honestly don't even need a ton of product. You guys know I'm extra and I like to put a lot of product, but you honestly don't need a lot. I like that it kind of dries down matte, but it's not drying on the skin. It gives you a healthy look on your face, and I really love it. This is a new favorite for me, definitely. Okay, but anyways, the way I like to apply it is, I love that it has a pump, so it makes my life easier. So I just like pump some of that onto my face, so I make sure that I'm not wasting the foundation. And then I'm just going to take any brush, and I'm just going to really buff that in and make sure that I get the coverage that I really want. Okay, so next is concealer. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this one is in the shade Creamy Beige, and I'm just going to apply that in the usual areas that I want to brighten up. I really like that it has the brush on tip at the end because it really makes applying it a lot easier. And I don't know, I really like this concealer. I've told you guys before, it blends out super easily and it has really good coverage, so definitely recommend. And then after I'm done placing that everywhere I want it, I am just going to go in with a Real Techniques blending sponge, and I'm just going to use that to really press all that product into my skin, make sure that everything is nice and blended. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder, and I'm just going to use that to set down all the places where I placed the concealer down. And after that, I'm just going to set the rest of my face. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This one's in the shade Light Medium, and I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to use it to apply that powder all over my face. I seriously love this powder so much to set my face because it's so lightweight and it just gives you that little bit of extra coverage just to set down everything. I used to be obsessed with my MAC Studio Fix powder, but now I really love this one, so definitely would recommend this, guys. Alright, and then next is time for bronzer. You guys know the drill. I'm going to be going in with the Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. You guys know how much I love this bronzer. It smells amazing, first of all. It smells like coconuts. And then, I don't know, it just blends out perfectly, and it gives you that perfect amount of color. Not too much, not too little bit. I really love it. Okay, so next it's time for blush, and I'm just going to be taking the Morphe 9N palette, and I'm just going to be using that middle pinky shade, and I'm just going to use that to really add some color to my cheeks. Okay, so next is highlighter. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, and I mean the name says it all because look at this. It's insanely pigmented. I love this stuff. I believe I got this in a BoxyCharm box, and I love it. It is glam, so glam. Okay guys, we finally made it to the eyes, and can you guys believe I actually remembered to prime my eyelids? It's amazing, huh? Okay, I'm totally kidding. I completely forgotten how to re-record this part. I know I'm the worst. I don't know how I always forget. But anyways, I'm going to go with that same concealer I used before, and I'm just going to use that as my primer. And I'm just going to buff all of that in and just set all of that in so it's ready for eyeshadows. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Golden Ochre, and I'm just going to use it as my transition shade. I'm not really going to get much of color payoff with this color, but it's just going to help when I put on the other colors. It's just going to help everything blend in seamlessly. So once I'm done buffing all of that in, I'm going to be going back into the palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Burnt Orange. And I'm just going to take this on a different crease brush, and I'm going to focus this more directly onto the crease just to bring a little bit more warmth into this look. And then I'm just going to take that same blending brush that I used first, and I'm just going to use this to blend both of the shades together. And then I'm going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Real Guard, which is a really warm orange. And I'm just going to use this on a more precise crease brush, and I'm going to do the same thing, just focus it on the crease. It's just going to help give my look a little bit more depth. Okay, and then I'm going to be going into Subculture palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to be using the shade Roxy. And I'm going to use the brush that comes in this palette, and I'm just going to use the flat side, and I'm just going to apply the shade all over my lid. I'm really going to try to pack this color on because this is the color that I want to show the most. And then I felt like I wanted this color to stand out a little bit more, so I just went in with some setting spray just to help this color stand out a tad bit more. Okay, so once I'm done applying that to my lid and getting the color that I desired, I'm actually going to be going back into the palette, and I'm going to be using the shade New Wave, and I'm going to take this on a crease brush, and I'm just going to use this to blend my colors together, make sure that there is no harsh lines or anything, and that everything looks seamless. And then I'm just going to be going back into the palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Edge. And I'm just going to take this on the same crease brush, and I'm just going to use this to tie the look together. I felt like this was the perfect look. Kind of made it look like a sunset sort of eye. And then I did notice that some of my Roxy shade had brushed away from all the blending. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to go back into that shade, and I'm just going to repack this back onto my lids just to make sure that you can still see this color. Okay, and then I'm going to go on with the Tarte clay paint liner. This one is in the shade Copper, and I'm just going to use it on the brush that it came with. This is actually my first time ever using these before. I got this in a set of 4 little minis. I personally like how it turned out, but I just wish it would have been a tad bit more pigmented. Maybe if I would have used like a black liner and then lined this, it would have stood out a little bit more. But I still have to play with them, but I still did like how it looked. So I'm just going to apply that onto my eye like a regular wing. And I did notice that it was really easy to work with, so I do really like that about these. So like I said, I'm just going to play around with these a little bit more. Okay, and to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back into the shade Roxy, and I'm just going to take this on the same brush that came in the palette, and I'm just going to use this to smoke out my lower lash line. I felt like it tied kind of the look together. And then I'm going to flip the brush over to the more fluffy side just to kind of finish blending all of that in so it doesn't look harsh or anything. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into this palette one last time, and I'm going to be using the shade Cube to highlight my inner corner. And I felt like this was a perfect inner corner highlight because it had like specks of like pink, peachy undertones, so I felt like it was perfect for this look. I really like this color. And then I'm just going to go in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This one is in the shade Mr. Bing, and I'm just going to use this to tightline my waterline. And then I'm going to go in with the Kiko Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara. I actually just recently purchased this. This was my first time trying it, and I really liked it. It's really, really black, which is great. And it actually really lengthens my eyelashes. I have really short eyelashes, so I really like how long this mascara made them look. And then I'm going to be going in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil. This one is in the shade Skimpy, and I'm just going to use this to line my lips and fill them in as well. And then I'm going to be going in with the Ultra Glossy Lip. This is a Kathleen Lights collaboration with ColourPop, and this one is in the shade Moonchild. I actually just recently purchased this, and I really like it because it doesn't have like a ton of pigment, so you can use it as a topper, but it does have enough pigment as if you wanted to wear it by itself. And then once I'm done applying that on my lips, I'm going to go back into that highlighter I used earlier, and I'm just going to take it on my finger and I'm going to apply it at the tip of my Cupid's bow, just because I feel like it kind of faded away. And to finish off this look, I'm going to be going in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Make sure that everything is nice and set.
Alright guys, well that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.